drink.
All right. Well, listen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Regal Mindset Podcast Show. I am Keisha. I am just one half of the hosts of this wonderful podcast show. I'll introduce Joy real quick, and then she can introduce the lovely lady to her left, and we'll go from there and introduce everyone else.
Absolutely. Well, I am Joy, the coach. I am your millionaire mystic and mindset transformer. I am so excited for everybody that joined us today. This is going to be a great conversation. And to my left is my beautiful wife, my wife. Her name is Lachey Young, and it's legal, and her last name is the same as mine.
Cool.
Hello.
All right. Well, we've got another young lady also who's just joining us, Liliana. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to fix your box here as we're talking. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the people that are on the panel as well, if it's okay. So we've got Beautiful. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am beautiful, also known as Amber. That's my name. I am a nurse, and I am looking forward to this lovely conversation. It is one that I like to talk about often, so I'm excited.
Okay. All right. Cree, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, I'm Cree. And I mean, I'm just here. I don't know what I signed up for, but I'm here for it.
All right. Okay. So then we've got Red and LaQuisha.
Hi, I'm
Go
Red.
ahead.
This is
Hey,
the wife.
I'm Quisha.
Hey, girl.
Hey!
Hey, everybody. We're excited to be here.
Oh, thank you both for joining. All right, Liliana, you're last, but go ahead and introduce yourself. And I appreciate you putting is that your social media handle on the bottom there?
Oh, no, that's just saying that I'm a newbie.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hi, everyone. I'm Liliana. Like Cree, I'm not sure what I signed up for, but I'm here for it. Very excited. I think that's really it, guys. It's just me. Wifey's
Okay.
not here. So.
Keisha, I don't see her. Is
We
she?
didn't see her.
Oh, you don't? Hold on.
She's not on the screen.
I see her on the screen.
Is she still
I
on
don't
the
see her.
stage?
Hold on. Let's update
There we
things.
Oh,
go.
there we go.
All right, my fault. For some reason it didn't
You got to do
update.
that again, Liliana.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and introduce yourself again, Liliana.
Okay, before I introduce myself, my 10-year-old would like to say hi to everyone. He
Okay.
has to go, so everybody say hi real quick.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
He gets so excited when mom does things like this. My name is Liliana. I'm very excited to be here. I'm actually a newbie. That's not my handle. That's just what I am right now. So this is a very interesting topic for me.
What does that mean?
I'm a late incomer lesbian. Late in life.
Late in life. Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna be
So are
interesting to get your perspective.
Well, welcome to come on through.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
welcome.
currently single?
Am I what?
Are you currently single?
I am not. I'm not.
Oh, okay. See your Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing. So my wife is hosting a speed dating for lesbians.
You better promote.
You better promote.
So I was going to let you know
Wifey.
that link.
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like I appreciate everybody introducing themselves. Thank you so much again for coming on tonight. So tonight's show is about the backpack, right? So the infamous backpack. So we're going to be having conversation around lesbian sex. Okay. So again, we have a disclaimer up for those who need it.
No. It was my mistake, guys.
Can you mute that? Okay. So let's dive into what the subject is for tonight's show, right? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So let's talk about this. So we all know that in the lesbian community, and I'm pretty sure in the gay community. Come on now, Margarita.
I know.
Hey, you want to go ahead and get you a drink? Get you a drink, Creed.
No, why I didn't grab me a drink?
Girl, let me get my Gatorade.
In the lesbian community, we
I'm
have
getting
this
comfortable.
backpack. And so, before we were married and we used to travel up and down the streets, we used to have to take a certain additional item of pleasure with us in order to fulfill the duties of the streets and the ladies of the night. And so with that being said, it's always it used to be so taboo, but then now it's like a common thing. Now granted, it's some studs that be online and they got like 15 of them. I don't know what they doing with their life, but I want to talk about that. So especially for our late coming lesbians and and our feminine lesbians, and things like that. How did you approach the situation when the backpack was introduced into your life?
Well,
Oh my God. I think we should start with her first. We need to start. She coming in hot. Hey, Crystal. She coming in hot.
hey, Crystal. Well, for me, the backpack, the backpack in the beginning, for me, it was like, what are you doing with that? Did we have a conversation that's even going to be used? And then that started a conversation on who's going to be using it in my household. So that was that door opening right there. Okay. I kind of laugh at the whole backpack thing, in the beginning of me coming out at a very young age. Number one, I was sneaking at the age of 15 with a backpack, having my friend go to the Lion's Den and get the thing. But for me, it was, I'm not carrying a backpack. You can come to where I'm at because I'm not carrying it. I'm not packing it.
Right.
So, but as an adult, though, when I experienced it, it was like, okay, so where's your stuff? Because we're not together. So I have mine, you have yours, and we can get it how we get it, right? So for me, I don't really know. Like I'm not spending $15 million on different items in a backpack. So.
Okay.
I was going to say, for me, it wasn't a surprise because that's something that I've always had. It just wasn't with a female. So I've always had, not the strap on, but not the strap.
That sounds like a whole nother show.
Wait a minute.
I'm very free spirit. So I like to experience and try different stuff. So even when I was married to guys, we still had that one instrument that was hand used, because you can't do what I need using your body parts. You're gonna have to use your hands. So I've always been very, very comfortable with the peen, the silicone.
Okay.
So you got come back, Drew.
I'm sorry, I had to leave for a second.
It's gonna get hot in here.
Shay made me leave.
Lillian, did you want to say something about your experience? Or have you had an experience?
Hold on. Give me a second. Can I go last? Can I go last?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and mute yourself if you need to.
Well,
so Red and Queen, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jay.
No, I'm saying from a masculine identifying dominant, softly dominant female that I am. That was my detachment, because I'm not a oral person with everybody. I don't know where you been. I don't want all that. And this can't catch nothing. So with that being said, that was my operation choice was I'm not doing all of that. If we're sleeping together, whether it's a one night stand, a 2 night stand, or we're friends with benefits, this is the only thing you're getting. And that was my conversation. So, I tried my best to master that aspect of my life. And so, and that's what I said wrong. All right. So in that I know from my perspective, and majority of the people that I dealt with, they enjoyed penetration. And so it really wasn't a problem at all. It was just buying the correct one to adjust to their needs. So I ain't mean to cut I can't call you Red. I can't Truth. I ain't mean to cut you off.
It's okay. For me, I'm the opposite of you. So I wasn't slinging meat all around town. Just because I felt like that's more intimate because I have to be face to face with you or back to back. You know, either way, whichever way y'all like it is fine. But so for me, I feel like it was more of an emotional attachment if I gave you that. I liked you a little more.
Right.
So it's a progression.
Yeah, for me. Okay. But
you calling me a hoe?
I'm calling you a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean,
you said ladies of the night.
Right, she did. She did say that. You volunteered.
I had to work during the day.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I would say when I first was introduced to the backpack, it was just like, what's in that bag? What we gonna do with that bag? And I think the first time that we had the bag, I was like, no, we're not gonna utilize that. But like you were saying, Joy, we had to get the right one,
right,
to utilize. Like that just wasn't for me. But once we found that, then honey, I'm in love with the backpack. When we travel, let's take that backpack.
Cree, tell us about your backpack experience.
So I'll be honest, because my wife came in here being nosy, so I missed the very first time she's in my ear. But if we're talking about like the very first time a backpack was pulled out, you know, that was so long ago, I don't recall.
Sounds like you pleading the fifth. That's what it sounds like.
No, you talk about the first time. That was 24 years ago. I'm old. So that was a long time ago. Now I can take it or leave it. You can leave. I mean, I can take it or leave it. So
gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna go right before Liliana before she gets back. So I would say my experience with the backpack is very limited. Limited in the sense that in my earlier or younger life, I was very friendly, and that may or may not have been equipment that I toted around from place to place, right? However, it was on it was requested. It wasn't something that was a normal, like it wasn't automatic, right? For me. I like you, Joy. I like to utilize other aspects that are naturally gifted for me, right? And so it wasn't right. So I didn't have to have a backpack. But I'm not saying that I never had one. I would say now in my seasoned life, we don't have backpacks. We don't own well, I do have backpacks, but they're not utilized for that. So I'll say that. And I think the younger studs who are backpacking it around the neighborhood are just probably misguided and lack of practice, we'll say. But that's just something that I guess comes with maturing in this life.
Have something to say about that.
Well, that's okay. We can talk tonight.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, because if you toting around a backpack, slanging it left and right, I'm gonna feel like you lack other skills.
Yeah, you ain't figured it out.
I feel like you need a backpack. I feel like you lack some other skills. So,
but you know what? I would challenge that to this point. Everybody has a different pleasure level.
Right.
So even though we enjoy oral with each other, I prefer more when I feel like it and I'm not sleepy and I done slept a little bit and my back okay and my knees all right. I don't mind bringing out Mr. Marcus. That's
right.
No, I mean the ones that there are some that have to pull
their
backpack out.
No.
That's all they want to do. They like if it ain't backpacks involved, then they're not interested. So those that you told every time you come going somewhere, you grabbing the backpack or you got it stashed in your trunk,
no.
Then I'm questioning whether you got other skills.
I mean, you homeless.
No, they keep it in the trunk.
No, they homeless.
Because you got to pull out
Oh,
everything. You a hobo.
They homeless.
Pull it out. Just pull
Nine,
out.
9 times out of 10.
Oh, okay.
And-
I'm not
and
practiced, so
And that's okay.
Homeless
That's
is good.
okay.
It's fine.
All right, Lillian. So you are new to this life. So maybe your backpack experience is limited. So the first question is, have you experienced anyone that may have come to visit or that may have had a backpack, and what was that experience like?
So I've only had one partner.
Okay.
And one partner, yes, I have experienced a backpack. I didn't even know that it was called a backpack. Let's start from there.
Okay.
I didn't understand the reference. I do know that in the community it was mentioned a lot, but I never was like well versed in what exactly comes in the backpack and what it means. But thankfully, like, she just made it so comfortable for me. Just like explaining everything. She knows that I'm mute, obviously. And it was actually like the best. Like, I never.
Okay, bravo.
Okay.
I appreciate her efforts.
Thank you. Well, thank you for sharing that. Being open to sharing that.
Your contributions to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can say though that dating in the lesbian community, coming into it, I was a little scared off by the women who were so openly telling me like, you about to get strapped down. Like, that was so weird to me.
That is
like, wait, pump brakes. Like, what is your name? Is this your real name?
Like, hello.
Right.
Hi. Hello.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
I'm
was a
sorry
little
that you had to
scared
experience.
off.
Gotcha.
now, like, I think I'm more afraid with femmes or more feminine women. I'm not pointing no fingers or nothing that carry their own backpack. Like, I'm questioning your mental capacity.
Wait a minute.
Because I'm trying to figure out what is it that you're trying to get out of life that you got to come at us with that kind of stuff. Okay.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Aggressive. Why are you so aggressive?
Why?
Wait a minute.
Which one?
So here's the thing, Joy.
Yes, beautiful. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. So just because you're a feminine woman that may have a goodie bag, because I don't call mine a backpack, because my bag got goodies. It don't just have one item, right?
Okay.
Only merely for penetration. It's a plethora of goodies, right? So me presenting my goodie bag as a feminine woman does not mean that I have some kind of underlying what am I trying to prove, or am I trying to take down the stud nation? You're at the end of the day, we'll go nurse-wise, that body has the same thing that mine does. It might look different. It might feel different. Hell, it might taste different. But at the end of the day, there's pleasure there. And when you get into my goodie bag, you're going to be pleased. So it's not about taking down the studs. It's about providing pleasure because it does something to me.
That's that gay agenda everybody be talking about. That's what that is.
That's why I left the community.
That's
That's why I left the community.
I felt like
I'm no longer a part of this community.
What?
That was a sermon.
Thank you. You know, open your hearts and your bodies. You know,
it's open. But here's the thing: why do we have to be punished if that's not something we enjoy? So if I don't enjoy penetration, why is it that you feel like I'm holding that hostage from something?
Well, that's a conversation to be had, though. You understand? That's the problem. When we meet people, we have to be open to have those uncomfortable, awkward conversations. Because when I meet someone, I'm going to tell them off rip, this is who I am in public. Yes, I wear my makeup. I'll throw on my heels. I'll twerk. I'll shake it and everything in between. But behind closed doors, I may desire X, Y, and Z. Is that something that you're okay with? And if not, we can talk about it, because if I'm really into you, I'm going to consider your triggers. I'm going to consider your likes, your dislikes, and the reasonings why. And I would request the same from you. Because here's the thing. I'm a femme, but I don't like penetration. That ain't something that I'm like, oh, pull it out. That ain't it. Okay?
Right.
So for me, it was, if anybody was to ever tap into that emotion or that thought, I would be glad to tell you as to why. But just because that is who I am does not mean that that's who you have to be, or that's who you have to give me all of you. Because trust me, I've been in relationships where I've made sacrifices sexually because I love that person. So let's figure out a happy medium. Let's figure out a balance to figure out how this thing could work, right? And if penetration is something that you need as a stud or a more masculine presenting woman, then I'm okay with exploring it once I trust you. If I don't trust you, you can't have all of me like that.
Gotcha.
Okay. That was well said.
That was.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I would say I only want to just caveat just a little bit or pivot just a little bit from that. And there was a lot of key things that you said that really made sense for me. In that, one, when you're meeting somebody, it's important to have those conversations around intimacy, around expectations, things you like, things you don't like. But even with that, you have to know yourself enough to know what you like and what you don't like. And that should come up in that conversation.
Right.
And I feel like the younger people or the younger studs are carrying around the backpack when they don't even know who they are. They just see other people carrying around backpacks and they feel like this goes along with me being, in this image, right? This is a part of my package, when that's not necessarily the case at all.
Right. I get that. I can get that. And I mean, I think everybody has a different perspective on, I guess, all the various labels that we have, because I have a very unhealthy perspective about feminine women. I think all y'all do is slang y'all hair and all of this. That was in my head for a long time.
Good thing I don't got no hair.
I'm just saying. That's what I thought. I was like, why? What do two femme girls do to each other?
I'll feel for you, beautiful.
Making noise.
Thank you.
But I don't understand how she even has that theory, because we done had ad journeys. We done had a foursome, and she was the only mess. And no flinging of nothing. So I don't see how she gets the idea that that's what we do.
Because back in the day when I approached lesbianism, so you was either gay or straight. We didn't have all of these variations. So gay porn was two lesbians slanging their hair and making weird noises. And
because gay porn was made for straight men.
Say that again.
Gay porn was made for straight men. It wasn't made for gay women.
And all of this, and it's like, I don't like that.
Nobody likes it.
That's what your hair for.
I don't like it either.
Yeah. I don't.
So then when
I
you
don't like it.
so when
y'all watching the wrong one.
Okay. Yes, Cree. Yes, Cree. And coming from a newbie, I just want to say too that lesbian porn, you have to find the right one, because I definitely I was baffled. I'm like, this is not what I watched, but okay, we're gonna continue. Okay.
Like, my mentality for porn is above and beyond. I have to find something that is outside of the normal realm of what is used to get me to where I need to go.
I'm scared.
I don't know how to unpack that, but
you should
a little bit on the dark side.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued, talk about it.
Yeah, I want to know what is.
I feel like we need a couch.
For sure.
It's a lot to deal with. It's fine.
Like when you think you know a person.
Right. Okay. We'll side table that. We'll come back to that. Okay.
We'll come back.
All right. So now that we know our experiences and our likes and dislikes and how important it is to have those conversations in the beginning of our engagement or our interaction, what are the contents that should be in the backpack?
Ooh. I ain't going first this time. Y'all go.
What should be in the backpack? Y'all tell me what should be in the bag. If we're packing a backpack right now, because it's required. This goes with our relationship, our marriage. What we putting in the backpack?
If I
Are we talking about mine particularly? Because I think I'm quite different here.
Well, whatever you want, whatever you need in your backpack.
Okay.
Wait, are we talking from a stud's point of view, or are we talking from like a femme's point of view? Because it should be different items in bags.
I think Shay's giving it from a film's
I hope so.
I'm getting it from the
Oh, wait.
Okay.
You get. I was thinking a personal point of view. What are you packing in your backpack?
Yeah, because in my backpack,
So
it ain't gonna be what's in yours.
her
Right.
backpack now, it would be an electric wand.
Oh God.
We would have different types of battery operated friends, and then we can have Mr. Marcus, because Mr. Marcus is wonderful. That would be my bag, but it needs to be like, I want the full kit and caboodle.
Okay, so I'm 45, and
So you need a big bag.
So,
A duffel bag.
if I
She said she rolling a caboodle out.
This is not a carry-on.
Real quick, let's get on this wand thing. So your good friend over here, she asked for it, and I bought it. So, but the thing is, she never said what she wanted to do with it. So when I found out where and who she wanted to participate, it's still in the pack, still in plastic. Absolutely not. You ain't finna prod and shop me like I'm a cow. What is this? So that's
Oh,
what.
wait. Oh, what kind of wand is this? I was thinking you talking about like the little.
And
It's a
I thought
beautiful
the
thing.
vibrator. That's what I was thinking. That's the little wine.
for facial, it's to intensify foreplay. While you're kissing or rubbing, you use the wand, and you can do it at different sizes. I think it go up to like 5, but it just depends on everything. So by the time you ready to go, you ready to go.
Really, Amber?
That was a lot.
So I'm saying it's like electron, like it shock you. It's like a taser.
Because you have
It
to
doesn't shock you.
you have to learn how to hold it, so you always have to keep it grounded before you touch the person with it.
That's crazy.
But it
Don't
doesn't
plug
shock
me
you.
in. What are you plugging me in for?
It don't shock
That's
you.
your ass.
You that me, it's over with. You done ruined the whole mood.
But
So it doesn't shock you. So what it does, though.
Okay, let us
What it
know.
does
Give
is-
us the tutorial.
No, okay. So once you hit a certain height of being stimulated already, right? You are already at a point of where you either about to say, put it in, feed it to me, like you're at that point, right? It's at that moment that you go ahead and you put that wand, and what it does is it looks like electricity. It looks like it, but it's not. It's almost like a tingling sensation that like it give you like a little zap a little bit. It's a good zap though.
It's
and I'm
like a
telling you
kid's
something.
machine.
I'm not a
That
machine.
zap,
Don't be zapping me.
they use it for facials. Like, it's really good.
they do.
It's like a kid's machine.
Dark
I
smart.
got a question. Where are you zapping?
That's what
Where are you putting it at?
It don't go in you at all. It does. It's nothing that you penetrate.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking to you, ma'am, because you
I
ain't
was
using
concerned.
You want to
Amber, where are you zapping?
So anything around it, it could be. You can go down the person's back in the midst of foreplay. You can go down. Some people like anal play without penetration, right? Once you get that thing going and it's tooted and booted, you just work around it, and it does a certain kind of stimulation that when you tell that person to turn over, you go up the thighs. You can go, up the stomach, like in that back arch, and it's all over with.
But it's real low.
Yeah, you can adjust it.
And I seen it at a exotic
We went to
poetry and I watched the guy actually use it. And I'm like, okay. And then when I went to school, when I was going to school for facials, we had a teacher that was down to earth, so she gave us all aspects of it. So I was like, I definitely have to use it, but somebody don't want me to.
No, she asked for me to purchase it. She didn't give me
The disclaimer
You
part.
get the details.
No, you didn't say that.
Can I just say, I volunteer as tribute. Where do I find that?
You don't.
How do I
Don't
purchase
put it on your ex wish list. Don't put that on your new one. Don't do
I'll make
that.
sure you get the link. I'll even send you.
Okay, and do I need a notepad? I feel like I need a notepad. Like
Might
I
need
need
a
a
notepad.
Amber on the panel, you need a notepad.
Now I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
When we was at the erotic poetry night and the guy was using it, he was using it with a couple. So it was the girl and her guy. They were kissing and touching, just rubbing. It wasn't nothing like she ripped her clothes off or nothing. And he was doing the wine. So I understand it. But what you're not going to do is plug me into the wall. I don't need 120 volts. We don't need all that.
Yeah. But Joy, what if she just threw it on your arm and see? You don't even know what it feel like
at all.
You gotta be willing to be open. Can if we trying to switch? How open?
Just a little bit.
Can you be open to your partner to be like, hey, I'm interested in this?
I was open. I said no.
Did you put that in your backpack?
I was very open. I said no.
She was open. She bought it. What are you talking about?
No, she didn't buy it with the intention of being open.
No, we didn't talk about that though.
Cree,
right?
She didn't give a disclaimer. She just said, "Oh, I want it." I'm like, "Well, you know, every time you ask for something, I'm gonna get it anyway."
So what would I want it for?
That's what I was trying to figure
out. You think you was gonna use it on herself?
For you.
Okay, wait. So we're gonna be talking about what we put in our backpack. What we put in our backpack.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to the Cree.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Once we get off of that, if we talk about if I bring it in my backpack, how open are you to trying what I got in my backpack? It's my backpack. I brought it.
Well, I didn't invite your backpack. I invited you.
You invited me and I brought the backpack.
It's a big difference.
Hey, you brought it.
Okay, come on. Who else turned this backpack?
So, yeah, my backpack.
Quiet laughing. Quisha, tell us what would you have in your backpack?
Yeah. What's in your backpack? Let's talk about it.
Who?
Quisha.
Oh, what's in my backpack? So, my vibrator. I have my lube. What else do we have? I think that's really all. I like my oral play, so I really don't play with too many toys.
Some other toys, the crystal toys.
What crystal toys?
You said crystal.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
yeah. We can't hear you.
Oh, I just said for my
I'm talking about Red. Whispering off to the bed.
What you got in your bed, baby?
You know, we got little necessities every once in a while.
Somebody's sweating and turning red.
A little bit of everything in the
backpack, Red.
You just never know what you might need, so you got to pack accordingly.
Being prepared.
You know, it depends on what the situation is. I mean, if I'm going to be dominant, I'm gonna bring dominant toys. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm going just to have a regular weekend, or you know, we inviting friends, I might not pack heavy.
I like it.
Okay.
So I mean, it
you got your notepad out, Liliana? You got your
ready for it?
Do you see me? Like,
pad?
All right, Amber, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to understand what's in your backpack. If you need to give us illustration, we open.
Oh God.
So coming from a person that is an aggressive femme or whatever that title that people like to use, and enjoy soft BDSM, right? My backpack comes with a couple different types of vibrators. One would be for anal play. Of course, some lube. I do have some satin ropes. There is, don't do that. There's a corset that has like a chain that goes around like a collar almost, but it's with a keyhole, so you can. I mean, it's all about being submissive, and if that person enjoys those kind of things, because again, those conversations were had, right? That's that backpack. That's that bag. Mm-hmm. But on a regular, like, you know, I'm coming to town, and I think I want to do something extra with you because, you know, we there. Then I'll just probably just bring like a couple different vibrators and my main strap on and go from there, and some lube and maybe even a little rose, because if I'm tired, I just want to go to sleep.
Right. So you just be tired.
Yeah, just something light.
I'm sick of you and your laziness here.
Well, but I love the ropes and all that stuff, like the satin ropes, you know, the handcuffs. I don't really do the handcuffs because I think I got PTSD from going to jail back in the day, so you can't link me up, you know. But I definitely am with the ropes and
that's all a problem.
No handcuffs, but the rope, but the satin.
Hey, it's a way. It's very sensual. Once you learn how to tie it and untie it, it's a way to do it. And in doing that, it's like, okay, so I'm going to give you me, and I want you to take me how you want to have me, And as I'm watching you tie me up and or I'm tying you up, it's doing something mentally for me. So when I get there, it's there.
You better say that, Amber, because I love it. Honey, tie me up. I am submissive.
Yes. Choke me just a tad bit against the wall. We got it.
There's no little bit with the choke.
A little bit.
She would have got her a book for real.
You said, hey, what angle do I need to be choked?
She said, you said satin. You said satin. Okay, not the nylon.
Right.
Got you.
No, not nylon. You'll walk away with a bug burn on your neck.
Okay,
let me go back just a quick second.
Go ahead.
Y'all bring up choking and y'all get so excited, like everybody started smiling and flipping in their seats. But when I choke you outside, then it's a problem.
But it's a whole situation. It's different then. You get mad at me.
Choking is choking.
Well, that depends. That depends on who you're talking to. Because sometimes I got a mouth. And depending on where we at, like if we having a disagreement earlier in the day, but I'm thinking in my mind, like when this is all done, we getting it in. Because now you done pissed me off all day. So when we get home, we're getting it in, whether you want to or not. So if we're talking and we had that start of our day, you might have to choke me out because I might get smart 1 or 2 times to get things going. So when we get home, you can finish it off.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm staying mad.
And then that's why the police could get involved. It's a whole situation. You know, it's fine. You just got to know your limits.
We argue. Don't put your hands.
That's why you choke.
That's why I would date police officers so that way they know. I say hit me if you want to.
Well, you know, I'm just saying with some people like to be choked all the way out.
No, don't.
All the way out.
We're not doing CPR.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Some people
don't be side out. Don't put beads on.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up here, and I'll say what's in my backpack, okay? Because I know my wife has OCD. Is definitely some wipes in there. I don't know what we got to wipe down, but something got to be wiped down. And to be honest, there's really not a whole lot of other things in there.
We got the same backpack.
I just got white. I'm just wiping everything.
Yeah, I think she and I are at a really good place where we know and understand one another, and what it is that we like and what it is that we need. We are open, I will say, to exploring different things and bringing certain toys into our life, our intimate life. But yeah, it's not a whole lot of things in our backpack. So I'm sorry, my backpack is a little boring.
Don't be sorry, because it works for y'all. See, people
absolutely.
It works
and don't
for
call
y'all.
it boring, because it doesn't have to be boring just because your backpack is empty.
Right.
Yeah.
Honey, bend her over and wipe her butt so good.
Well, it's a good thing, we know what we're doing, so we don't have to have a whole bunch of stuff.
So I got a funny story for you. So, when I came out, and this whole strap-on thing, I went and got me the infamous Doc Johnson. That was the go-to. I didn't do no pink, purple. If we gonna do it, you need to match me because I need to make sure that it's matching. But then we wanted to upgrade. And so we had some frat conversation, blah, blah, blah. And so I went on this website one night, and I'm pretty sure this frat is going to see this. That's why I'm telling it. And we was looking at, and that's when we roll up on Mr. Marcus. And I see a very familiar, but a very uncommon name in the comments talking about my wife don't have no complaints. And I say, wait a minute. So I knew I bought the right one. So that was the whole thing. I knew I bought the right one. I got a Mr. Marcus, and we've been living happily ever after ever since.
Well, good luck with Mr. Marcus, because Marcus, that's where he need to be, because Marcus can't come over my house.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
You don't like the girl.
Okay, I have a newbie question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So is it common for you to name the strap?
Equipment.
Is it common? Yeah. And in the process, do you want me to call it said name? Like,
you can.
Should I call it like?
Whatever is in your soul. If you want to yell out Keith, go ahead and call out Keith. If it's in your spirit in that moment, go right ahead.
Yell out Keith. I wish you would.
It depends on the name.
What if the name is like? What if the name is Dumbo? Like, okay, Dumbo. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about Dumbo.
Please. Don't do that.
Are we older? Are we young? Are we young?
Yeah. I'm with Cree. It's got to be like a
it's got to be a good a
20
name
to
now.
15 age range.
We do have a good name. We do have a good name, but I just needed to know, like, if it's common for you to like call out the name.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if that's what you that's what you feel, then do what pleases you. At the end of the day, it's gonna be about what you and your mate feel like. But is it common? Probably not, but
now I will say this though. I think it's cute if it had a name, but you gave it a name as code to be like, if you out somewhere and be like, oh, I need to call Keith. I ain't seen Keith in a minute, you know.
Okay.
So that's just a little code to say that's what I'm looking for. Okay. But if you just randomly naming your, I'm looking at you.
Your phone contact. Do
that. We too old for that part. But if you gave it a name because you want to be out in public and talking in code,
right? That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's a good question, newbie. I appreciate that.
You said newbie.
All right, so now we know.
I asked that question.
She said, "How new are you? Like last couple years, 4 or 5 years, 7 years,
4 or 5 months?
That ain't new."
Okay, so
she gonna say 6 months.
I did dabble. We're not judging. This is a no judgment zone.
No judgment.
Absolutely not.
We were all new
30 years ago.
But it has been. It's been about a year.
You so in lesbian terms, that's like 5 years.
Yeah. That's 5 years in the lesbian world.
Celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Yes.
Not if you only been with one person. If you
right, honey, you real new.
Wait, because what if this one person was just that for me?
Right. I'm saying that solidifies your newness versus the 5 year we giving you if you had been with multiple people in a year. Because typically that's what happened. You know, when you first get in there, you get a little hoish. You
break in your hole in the first year.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank the Lord. I mean, I found mine, and I locked her in. I guess.
Good for you.
Good.
People are still in the newbie phrase that's been in there for 38 years, but it's okay. Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You trying to say that would be great? Is that what you're trying to say, Amber? I'm old and new at the same time?
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. How do y'all feel? So what is your opinion on is it the vibrator that goes in the underwear?
I love it.
Oh, I love it.
We have those.
I love
it.
Yes.
I
love it.
Oh God. Oh God.
Deb, you really got to get on board with some things. Come on. Man.
I don't mind shocking her, but my thing is you ain't a meal either. You better eat while you trembling over there.
I'm gonna tell you this.
No.
We have invested.
We need to leave. Pack this meal up and let's.
No. That's the whole point of it. It's like you supposed to be able to focus.
Hold on. Hold that thing.
Focus your attention. and
y'all, you don't know your good sis right here. First of all, we ain't going to no McDonald's and just going through the lines. If you want to go in and sit down and we take a long time to get in and got to get dressed, you better eat.
Absolutely.
But
you better eat fast.
It's still
fast.
Then don't start it until after the appetizer, after the salad. 5 bites into your protein, because now she's got some protein up in her, right? And then get that thing going, and now you can't complain because she ate some food.
All right,
plan it.
Get her one, and if she walking and zapping down the mall, y'all are
right.
No, I feel like as soon as they come on, start zapping.
I don't
start
think
zapping.
I love
I need you to get ready for what's preparing your life, because this is what's going to happen every 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, spread it out though. I would spread it out. Don't just keep that.
You're gonna have to spread that thing out, and that's the problem. Y'all don't know how to play fair, and then y'all want to take us in the car and think you're gonna get it all at one time. No, you done zapped me to death. Okay, I need to breathe.
Hold on, whatever. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's okay. Everybody is not going to back you. He was having a whole flashback. It's okay.
You upset about some things?
Yeah.
Okay. So are we stopping from the very beginning? Or are we waiting to the fifth fight?
From the beginning, man.
I need to know.
From the beginning. Yes.
From the beginning.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's a personal preference. The question is, how long can you last? If
Yeah,
you don't want to hit a quarter, you might want to start in the back. Don't be out here in the front.
Because personally, I'm just want it from the very beginning.
See?
Yeah.
Well, make sure you feel comfortable communicating that, though. Yeah, just make sure you're comfortable communicating.
Yeah, because not everybody can go like that. I'm gonna be honest. I've come across people that I'm like, they'll talk a good game, and then when they get going, they realize maybe I should not have said this or misled this girl to believe that this body can handle it. And then now we have to have another conversation. So is it because you worked too much last week, or is this truly who you are? Because you done pumped me up to think we going about 2-3 rounds, boo, and you're barely making one.
Oh,
yikes!
Wow,
it's different. If it's
Amber,
go
to timeout.
She had her hand up, like, take me.
So I feel like it depends, because like if we're going through our session, then it's probably not going to be a 2, right? But if I'm on a private session with her back thing that she got for her back, but it's my favorite instrument, I can literally go 4.
Oh God.
So
the not the massage thing.
It's mine now. But
the massage thing that beat you
back.
Like the thing like that.
The puncher?
It vibrates. It don't go like that. It vibrates.
Oh, okay.
It definitely works. Don't.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I need no pants too. What my friend at?
What you think,
Friend, Liliana, take notes now. So you can share with the class.
Yeah.
I think she would get another 10.
If it's physical, then no.
I am.
Done for a while.
Well, what would you consider a round?
If it's the vibrator.
No, I'm just saying what determines a round? Because for me, a round could be 3 or 4 hours or 10 minutes, just depending on how I'm feeling that particular moment.
I would say after a climax.
That's one round.
I can tell you this: the way my life is set up, we ain't new. We've been in this game for a minute. I ain't
3 hours.
Listen, you know what you want to be in a few minutes. I know where I want to be. Get there.
I'm just saying, if you put in overtime, it could go, long.
That's more than 3 hours is more in one. That's more than.
I'm old and
But no. But what happens if you have
3 hours?
What happens if you have a dungeon, right? You have a plethora of things.
My point. Thank you.
It's not gonna end in 5 minutes, because if I have to go in here and clean up and disinfect and
not
get my
5 minutes, but 3 hours, like consistent, like a 3.
You'll get a break. You get a sandwich.
Well, that's great.
Well, that ain't 3 hours.
You a nice one.
But see, that's the power of it. Being able to be in control. Another thrill.
But I mean, in general,
what kind of sandwich?
You talk about one
I
kind
got
of
no type of sandwich.
Girl, it don't matter because I'm going home. 3 hours, shit.
That's a whole bottle of wine right there.
But what I'm saying is, you say one climax. Okay, what if I stretch your climax out and you don't get it?
Oh, right.
You stretched it for 3 hours. We fighting. 3 hours. I'm sorry, Quisha. Is that what you live like over there?
It's definitely not big.
That is torture.
Not that young.
Chris said, "I'm sorry, Quisha." I'm sorry, Queen.
3 hours? That is torture.
I mean, it could be considered torture, but that might be the pleasure of it.
It's somebody. I'm sure it is somebody's pleasure. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's pleasure. But 3 hours, like, now if you gave breaks in between that, and it's not but if you straight 3 hours, oh my God, I'm out, baby. I tapped. I'm using my safe word.
I'm not doing nothing 3 hours consecutively anymore.
But stop. Like, it's enough. I'm done.
It is enough. 3 hours. That is enough.
Well, so here's the next question about the equipment, right? Since we determined, how often or what we have in our backpack, we've determined that, there's equipment that we could utilize at the times that we need, right? How often are we changing out these equipments, right? So in my younger self, there's been times where I did not always exchange, as I met a new person, that if they didn't require a new piece of equipment, then I didn't. However, as I grew in this life, then I realized that it was only sanitary, right, to be able to acquire new equipment when I meet a new person, if that is something that they so desired. What's your thoughts?
Go ahead, Shay.
Okay, go ahead, Shay.
I wanted a new one as soon as she pulled out the one she had because it already had bodies on there. And what her response was,
did you replace the penises that you
married to two guys? So her response was, well, they didn't change theirs out, but they could clean theirs. This had bodies I don't know, and I don't know how good you can clean it. So therefore, I one. So we waited for a little while because somebody was hesitant, but she knew we needed a new one. I needed one that's mine. And ain't nobody been on it but
that's
mine.
so selfish. Because first of all,
oh my God,
he ain't cleaning it better than what I'm cleaning. I can tell
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I could put money on that.
I went and bought the specialized cleaner. I made sure I had antibacterial, everything. So we ain't even going down that rough road. But what I can tell you is, I ain't going because mine wasn't no little $20, $30, $40 little junk.
Thank you.
These are $98 and above. We talking about back in 2010 and 2008 and all of that. So $98 was a lot to spend in. Now, what a Mr. Marcus is what, like 140 or something?
148.
What? Okay,
and he only got one body.
148 for a Mr. Marcus, and you got to get the right kind of, because we got the briefs that go with it and all of that stuff. Listen, this lifestyle is expensive. And
equipment is not cheap.
Yeah, I agree with Deb. I'm not. First off, especially in my younger days, I'm not replacing this. Girl, shut up. You want me to replace my mouth every time I put it on you?
That part,
absolutely not.
Well, I'm opposite because I need a new one.
Yeah.
When we first met,
I bought a new one.
She bought a new one.
It's the principle. I'm not. No,
you're not about to give me all these bodies.
Exactly.
You're gonna get these bodies. You're getting these bodies out your mouth.
You're getting these bodies.
No, so here's the thing for me. Like Shay has, unfortunately, have FaceTimed me in the midst of me cleaning out goodie bags before. So for me, she's seen some of my things, and they are not cheap, as you said. And in the dungeon, there's equipment, and there is other dildos and things like that. I mean, honestly. If I take you in a dungeon, I don't really care about how you feel about what bodies is on it because they're clean. Exactly. And I'm not, now if you and I are in a relationship, yes. If you and I are in a relationship, at that point you already know who I am and what I'm about. So you'll know that I'm a clean person, and I mean very clean. I mean, look like a dishwasher rack in my bathroom at one point in time when I'm taking them out and doing what I do. But I'm not in my younger self, yes. I also was like, no, you're going to get this one, or you can go buy one yourself and I'll use it on you. But I'm not buying another one. I'm not buying 2 and 3 and 4. I'm not doing it. Now I have options.
Yeah, I buy it. If you don't want to replace it, I'll buy it. There it is. You got an issue with the replacement of it. If your issue is you don't want to replace it because it's $148, no problem. I buy it.
And it's not just about the dollar amount, though.
Right.
For me,
I mean, for people who
I have a lot. If it's just one and that's my backpack piece, my main B, right? then okay, I might be able to do it, whatever it is that you might need. But my type of setup, I ain't doing it.
But then you got to think about it like here. Back in our day, before we was blessed to share last names on paper before the state and the Lord, we had bodies. And if you multiply that
Who is
time,
we? Don't do my sister.
you ain't getting a
Don't
number.
do you have
Come on now. She ain't had bodies. Don't do her.
my sister
She
don't have
ain't had
no
nobody.
Don't do my
She was a virgin
She was a
before she
virgin.
met Troy.
because I'm pretty sure she got a few kids, two.
Them was adopted. Prove it. Was you there?
Absolutely not. I'm the only one that doesn't have bodies. Thank you. This is the only one.
I get it.
Oh,
We don't know
man.
that.
I don't believe it.
I have so many questions. I have so many questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have so many. My first question from my handy dandy notebook that has a Jesus cross on here because y'all all need Jesus.
Baby, we got Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
We call on him. We call on him in the midst of the backpack.
Lord, I don't know how to ask about the contents of my backpack, but I pray that you supply it because you have supplied everything else. Okay.
Amen.
Here's my question, because y'all kind of skipped me on a backpack question, and I kind of brought my own backpack, even though it was my first experience. So I just want to let that be known, because
okay.
Well, tell us what's in your backpack, love. Come on, newbie. What's in your backpack?
I didn't know it was a backpack, but now that I know what the contents are.
Okay.
I like anal play, so because I didn't want to bring my toys that I have here into that, so I'm like, okay, let's go explore.
Right.
And we explored and we got some nice little ice picks, and
So what?
we don't I just forget because we're not on TikTok that I don't have to like filter.
But what did you say?
I gotta ice
She called
picks
it ice
because they look like ice picks. They look like
Oh, okay.
I've seen that.
Okay, yeah.
Right. But here's my question when it comes to that. And Amber, beautiful, like, you're intimidating as fuck. I just want to let you know that. I'm scared.
Scared as Neo.
Scared as nervous.
That would explain why I'm single then. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I forgot my question now. This is all very new to me, so if you see me, like, I'm legit taking notes because there's like so much going on, but I don't know about straps, right? So like I was like, just you bring whatever you're comfortable with and we'll figure it out. And it was figured out, but like how do we go about now, like, getting something that I'm more comfortable with? Do I just buy it and be like, put it on?
Go shopping together. Have y'all been shopping together?
Yeah, we did.
Actually, is your partner more feminine? Is feminine or masculine presenting?
No, masculine.
That's definitely a stud.
I would honestly, for me, I would, if it's something that you're really like into or you want to explore, as long as you just drop a dime, just be like, what would you think if, right? Sometimes you just got to pick the brain a little bit, and dependent on that reaction will tell you a lot. If you, body language, the eyebrow might go up like, no, what you into, right? And that's the door that's going to open, so that way you can say, you know what, you look kind of weird. Let me educate you on why I'm intrigued on it or why I want to explore it. And then at that point in time, it gives them the opportunity to say, you know what, baby, we can do it together. Let's go, right? If it's something that you've talked about and you feel like there was no reaction, there was no response to it, I would say go purchase it, right? But make sure that you're very well versed in it and you understand how you're using said item before you present it in the bedroom. Because the last thing you want to do is be like, ooh, this looks like fun. You go buy it, you bring it in the bedroom, and you like, oops, I didn't know it was going to do that. Wait, hold on. It ain't never happening again. You don't want that. So go buy it, and then when you're in that moment, be like, hey, remember I talked about such and such, or I was telling you that I was interested, I went and bought it. You know what I'm saying? And just try it. But be okay if that person's like, absolutely not. You have to be okay with it, because it's something that you didn't go and have to have a conversation.
Well,
I'm on the right
I
track.
got questions.
Okay.
I got questions. Why are you, what is it that's not, why are you not comfortable with whatever y'all initially chose? Are you using it, or is she using it? What makes you not comfortable with something that y'all previously selected?
No, I never said we're not comfortable. It's just, I feel like it's very new for her. Like, I'm very used to anal play. Like, I'm very used to, like, you just have to do certain things. You have to, it's just
so
you have to, like,
okay with it.
I'm gonna speak from a dominant stud's perspective, and I'm gonna educate you on how to teach her. So you have got to teach her how to please you in that aspect, especially if it's not something that she's ever done or has been used to. Because to be honest with you, studs think that you can just ram that thing in there and it's gonna work just the same as the other hole. That's not how that works. You don't do that. You have to ease into it, and you have to be okay with them saying, okay, breathe. But that's something that comes with education. So you have to be okay with telling her, hey, this is how I need you to do this for me. And as a learned stud, you need to be open to absorbing that and getting that, because that's how you're going to grow as a couple. But for her, that's how she's going to grow to learn how to appreciate that thing. Because for me, I enjoy anal sex a lot, or performing anal sex, but it's an aspect of it.
I'm glad you cleaned that up.
I was a little concerned.
Yeah, why would you be concerned? She can like
I want to say, go ahead, Red. Go ahead.
Not my friend.
No,
Liliana, also for you, Liliana, is because it is something that you like. If you're in the moment, right? Am I able to give like an example on this platform? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's just say that you are you're writing and you're wanting, your body is craving that anal play at that point in time. And let's just say you have already inserted something in there to get that thing going. You grab your partner's hand and you wrap it around you and say, you know what? When I say a magic word, you can pull slowly one, pull slowly two. You know what I'm saying? You have to like almost hands on that person and guide, but at the same time be very vocal on how it's making you feel, because a lot of women are afraid to say, ooh, that hurts, ooh, too much, too fast. It's your body and you guys are together. So if you're not comfortable speaking about it in the beginning, take her hand, show her, lead the way.
Yeah, that's good information. That's good. Was that helpful for you, Liliana?
Oh my gosh, I'm writing it down right now.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So the last question.
Don't laugh at me, guys.
No. You're fine. We are here to help you.
That ain't got nothing to do with you being a newbie on this side, because that could be somebody that is new to anal. That ain't or even with being in a heterosexual relationship, if you've never done anal play, and it's like it could be a guy. So don't feel like just because you new on this side of the rainbow that we like, oh, she don't know nothing, because that could be the same. That could be true for any relationship, regardless of how long you've been.
Yeah, and it's somebody that's listening to us that's probably had the same question. So we appreciate your perspective.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's not laughter or anything towards you. We're open to what you have to say and what questions you have, so that we can answer them, so that you don't walk away from this platform, or people who are listening to us don't walk away still clueless. So your perspective is necessary. So how are we cleaning this equipment?
Sterilize.
how we sterilize. And the
Well,
reason I'm asking that is because there's some stud out there right now feel like they can put it in the dishwasher
And they
or
do.
they
And
cleaning
they
it
do.
with the Dawn soap.
With
They
the
feel
Dawn
like it's
soap.
clean.
Right,
And
the
they
Dawn
do.
soap.
And they do. And that's why they tearing up their equipment.
yeah, they have a
Wait,
They tearing up their equipment and the women, their partners' body parts.
Mhm.
Because they
That's what I said. That's equipment too, Amber.
all of those type of tools.
So how we clean it?
We,
Well, first off, it depends on what you're cleaning.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
So
there's a product for each thing that you're
Yeah.
cleaning, depending
I
on
see.
what it's with.
Okay.
there
So
are products for
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's toy cleaner.
it's toy cleaners, it's sterilization. It depends on what it's actually made out of too, because you don't want
Yeah.
to clean something.
Okay,
that's-
because maybe culturally, I'm just boiling it. Like
No,
boil it.
nobody
So
wants to do
so
that.
here,
Not a baby bottle. You can't boil. You
Right,
can't
don't do that,
You said a baby
Joy,
bottle.
time out.
No, she said boiling.
Yeah.
You boil. You know what you can boil? Boil the briefs. Boil those.
Yes.
But or the harness, depending on what.
So,
kind of-
Liliana, there are, like she said, that there is different kinds of cleaners. You have to know, number one, here's the first important piece to this, though. We have to be mindful of what our partners' bodies are sensitive to.
Yeah.
Okay? Because there are certain cleaners and certain materials of our toys and things like that that may create an issue for our partners, those who are super sensitive. So you have to be very careful in knowing what you have, what material you have, and what product you're buying to clean. And just because it says this is toy cleaner does not mean it stops there.
Right.
Right.
You have to go a couple steps further than that. You're going to have to clean it. You're going to have to rinse it. You're going to have to sit that thing in some steaming boiling water a little bit, depending on what it is. Leather cleaner for me, you gotta clean that. You gotta wipe it all down. There's grooves within the seams of paddles and whatnot. You can't just wipe it down and hang it back on the wall. You gotta deep clean that thing. For me personally, those little hand steamers. Y'all laughing and looking. Don't look at me, Joy. Stop. Those hand
No,
steamers.
you're very thorough.
I think
You're
it was
very
the
thorough.
I mean, it is. It is one of those things. Like, you have like the little hand steamers that you would steam your clothes with. That comes with like a little nozzle. You take that thing and you're gonna have to steam clean those leather items because, and even some of the silicone ones, it works for that too because there's some creases and some cracks that you may or may not be able to reach, but it's imperative that you do.
You're right.
And
And
I
I
can
mean, you
appreciate
can
that.
always, if you don't want to, because I mean, some people are cheap. If you don't want to spend the money on the right cleaners, that dial antibacterial, it clean your face, it clean bumps, it get everything. And
Yeah.
will help you out. And you just need to do it real good.
It does. Dr. Bronner's too.
Yeah.
It's
Good
a organic. That's a natural organic cleansing, black owned. And you have to read the directions on it because it has to be diluted. A lot of people don't know that. They just go spraying that thing on and wondering why your stuff on fire because you didn't dilute it. So read the directions. But it is a good product as well for if you don't have.
If you was reading directions, you would have read the directions on your piece and how to clean it.
Oh, that part.
Well, here's the thing. These young people.
Young people.
Let me say something. Let's be real.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's stop right there. First off, because I know a bunch of old people that still don't know how to do things right.
Because they were never taught, and they never wanted to have these uncomfortable conversations. Hopefully, they're tuning in, though.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Well, we'll
can tell
share
them.
it until they do.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them. Yeah. Go ahead and educate us, Amber. You were gonna say something else?
So the younger generation that's now older per se, and the ones that's now that's still young. I'm looking at Alliance Beer right now, y'all. And I am so tempted to go in there. But so what happens is you meet somebody, right? And they like, the girl's like, yeah, you can strap me. Oh, you about to let me do that? I got you. They go and buy one, and then that's that. Like, I'm going in there, and I heard someone say that they went and bought one, hurried up, threw that thing on, and went to Pound Town. And I asked, I said, well, did you clean it before you went to Pound Town, right?
Absolutely.
And they looked at me like they were appalled that I asked that. But that's because when you're in your immature mind and only thinking about you ain't thinking about reading them directions, and that's the unfortunate part. But me personally, I'm not gonna let you come in my bedroom and ain't washed to clean it.
I mean, at least throw a condom on. At the very
At
least.
the very least.
Put a condom on it.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Well, listen, I have 109. Go ahead, Jay. I know you wanted to say something.
No, real quick. So, dental dams. You know, that was a product that was out. Dental dams. I don't even know if it's still out because okay,
It is.
It is.
we ain't down no more.
It's ridiculous.
But remember,
It gets stuck on my braces.
I just want to say that I just found out what that was.
Broke my whole place out. It was,
remember people used to use saran wrap.
and that was ridiculous too.
And put a hole in the middle of it.
Like, what are you doing?
got time.
You're aging me right now. I don't want to talk about that no more.
No, it was stupid. It was stupid then. It's
very
stupid.
I'm so glad I came after the fact.
Right. No, ma'am, it's still here. Just one day.
People are still doing it.
Yeah, just go get it. Just go get it. Just get you some.
Just get you some.
I'm sorry, it was an intrusive thought.
Put it in your backpack. Take that with you in your backpack. There it is.
It was worth having a conversation about it.
Come on, Dora.
Sure.
Well, ladies, I want to say thank you so much again for taking out the time in your Friday evening to sip wine with us, to enjoy our lovely conversation about lesbian talk and sex, and enlightening us about your own personal experiences and things that we needed to know and be educated on. So Liliana, and as well as our guests, people who are watching, I hope they were able to walk away and learn something. I want to say, please always keep a regal mindset. You're able to rewind this and watch this on YouTube as well as our Facebook page. If there's nothing else, I will say goodbye until next week, and take care, everybody.
Thank y'all for inviting
Bye, everybody.
Absolutely. I'm going to end it, but you guys are welcome to stay around.